Good afternoon, guys. 3:45, New Year's Eve. This is Billy DiNapoli on NASR. We're going to do a very quick Miami Hurricane pregame. 7:30 kickoff in the Cotton Bowl tonight for the Canes. Obviously, the Canes fam is excited. We're all excited. Listen, lots of people I've seen on all the socials, they're like, Canes play for Natties if we lose tonight. There was a question posed on the socials, is a season a success if we lose tonight? Most people saying yes. Some saying, listen, at Miami we play for Natties, so if we lose, it's a failure. That's some bullshit. We haven't been playing for Natties in a while. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Our recruiting has gone from top 20 to top 5 based on the fact that we made the college football playoffs this year. I mean, the number one recruiting class is USC this year, and it's Georgia, Ohio State, us, and Notre Dame. We're there, and it's all because of what happened this year. Now, we're 9.5-point dogs, and that spread has remained. We are 9.5-point dogs tonight to Ohio State. Now, I expect the Canes to be in this game. I expect the Canes to be in this game. Now, listen, we're dogs for sure. We're playing the defending national champions. But how we're going to have a shot is in the trenches. Guys like Inez Cooper and Francis Mauigoa on the offensive line and James Brickenmeyer. We've got the dogs. We've got NFL guys on the offensive line and Mesidor and Bain on the defensive line. We can compete with these guys in the trenches. Look at Ohio State's schedule. They haven't seen O-line and D-line like the Canes bring. Okay? The only notable injury tonight, Ohio State's injury report is larger. It's a longer list than ours, but none of the key players. All their big dogs are in. We're missing Damari Brown, who's been an excellent corner for the Canes this year, but he's been out for a while. Listen, we have Jacoby Thomas, we have Keontae Scott back, we have O.J. Frederick, we have Bryce Fitzgerald. We've got plenty of depth in the secondary, and most of our key guys are playing. Damari Brown is the only notable injury for tonight. Listen, Ohio State's got strong skill players on offense. We're going to have to deal with Jeremiah Smith and Cornell Tate. They're NFL-bound wide receivers. They've got Caleb Downs at safety. They've got big names on defense. Ohio State has 11 5-star players of their starting 22. 11 5-star players. The Canes have 6. All right? We have 6 5-star players starting tonight. They have we have 5 5-star players. They have 11 5-star players in their lineup tonight. But listen, sometimes a 3 and a 4-star player develops into being better than expected. The Canes belong here, and they're going to be in this game. They're going to be in this game. A lot of talk about Carson Beck, and he's not going to be good if he's pressured or playing tough opposition. That's bullshit. Look at Carson Beck's record. When he played in Georgia against ranked teams, he was 14-3. 14-3 against ranked teams when he played in Georgia. And he's done a good job this year. Our toughest games at Pitt, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, all wins. Okay, he had the one bad game, the 4-interception game in Louisville. He has bounced back. We've won 6 in a row. He has bounced back from that. I'm sorry, 5 in a row. We've won 5 games in a row. And Carson has bounced back from the 4-pick game. The SMU game was a product of a shit ton of penalties, a missed pass interference call in the end zone where one of our receivers was tackled before he tried to throw the skinny to Malachi, which was picked. But there was a pass interference call on that play that was blatantly missed. That was bad as the Ohio State call in 2003. Now, a lot of talk about that. And I remember 23 years ago, the blown pass interference call against Ohio State in the Natty robbed us of our back-to-back national championships. I remember it well. We were the greatest team in college football history, about to win our second straight national championship, the 01 and 02 teams. And it seemed like 5 minutes after the celebration had begun, that flag went out on that garbage pass interference against Sharp, which was garbage. Everybody knows it was garbage. But listen, winning tonight is not going to erase that pain. But, it would certainly be nice. It's not going to erase the pain of what would have been our 6th national title. So, 23 years ago, it's taken 23 years for us to be national championship contenders. So, let's enjoy it. It's going to be a great game. We're going to be in it. I'm not picking the game. I try not to pick Canes games. It's superstition. Plus 9.5, I would definitely be taking the Canes. I only bet the Canes twice this year. I took them against Notre Dame, and they won, and I took them against Louisville, and they lost. I try to stay away from betting the Canes because I love them so much. It's a superstitious thing. And I am 33-29 and 1 in college, so I haven't actually been bad in college. I am 62-69 and 1 in the NFL, but we did go 4-3 this week. Of course, last we spoke, I was waiting on the Niners-Rams game. I had that in a teaser. I was 4-2 heading into that game on Monday night. And, of course, the Rams are upset. And the Rams just screwed themselves. Because now they're going to be on the road in either Philly or Chicago, when they could have went to Tampa or Carolina, had a nice warm weather game first round, and probably would have been an easy win. Matthew Stafford did not play well, throwing 3 picks the other night in the 27-24 loss that they sustained at the hands of the Atlanta Falcons. There's no way they should have won. They should have lost that game. There's no way the Rams should have lost that game. They let Bijan Robinson run. Oh, I don't even know how much. You know what? I'll get you the stats for that game since we're talking about it. That game was a brutal loss for the Rams. Brutal. They now have to go on the road. I mean, they were going on the road anyway. They weren't getting the division, but they at least could have opened up the playoffs against the NFC South champion, which would have been a cakewalk for them. Let's be honest. Stafford, 23 of 38 for 269, 2 TDs, and the 3 picks, which killed them. Kyren Williams had 13 carries for 92 yards. They did miss Davante Adams. Puka had a quiet night, 5 catches for 47 yards. Smith had 4 catches for 67. Ferguson, 2 for 54. Parkinson, 6 for 53. He definitely spread the ball around, but too many mistakes for the Rams. Cousins basically did nothing. He was 13 for 20, 126 yards. All he had to do was hand the ball off to Bijan Robinson, who was 22 carries for 196 yards and a touchdown. That's the story right there. And the Falcons, as a team, ran for 224 yards. 224 yards. How the hell do you let that happen? I mean, how the hell do you let that? At the time, they still had a shot for a. Listen, now they're going to have to go on the road. They're going to be the 6th seed, and they're going to have to go play Philly in the freezing cold instead of a nice cushy Carolina or Tampa Bay meeting. So the Rams, they really screwed themselves, but I'm going to say this, and there's one thing that you guys know that I have been campaigning for a while now. They do this in the Canadian Football League, and they need to start doing it in the NFL. They need to start reviewing penalties, okay? Now, I know a lot of you are like, oh, you can't do that. The games will take all day. You can't review penalties. We'll be here forever. That's bullshit. You do it the same way that you do the regular challenges. You have a limited number. So what do they get, 3 challenges a game? Well, you can get another 3 challenges a game to review penalties, which means you won't utilize it every time. You only utilize it in the clutch and in key spots. It works in the CFL, and I've seen many games in the Canadian Football League altered to the correct result to get the right team to win. I'll give you a couple examples. College should do it too. The reason why Notre Dame is not in the playoffs is because when they lost to Texas A&M 41-40, on the last play of that game, I mean, there was just a brutal hold. A Notre Dame freaking lineman was basically tackled, and it didn't get called. And it should have been a holding penalty. And listen, That call cost Notre Dame the playoff. The other night in the Ram game, at the end of the game, as the Rams are trying to get into field goal range, there was a brutal pass interference call where the receiver's arm was grabbed, making him unable to get his hands up to make the catch, which would have put them in a chip shot field goal range. They would have even had a time for another play or two to maybe get a game-winning touchdown. The missed pass interference call cost the Rams the game. Obviously, the Rams' sloppy play and turnovers earlier in the game also contributed to them losing that game. But if they get that call right, it's a different result. It's a different result. You cannot have calls deciding games. And lately, I don't know if the officials, they're just not, I don't know if they're not doing, I don't know what they're doing to get these officials ready. Lots of them will officiate the UFL and the CFL, and they do clinics and they do stuff to get these guys ready on game day. They make a lot of money, these officials. But there's just been way too many mistakes made this year. There's too many calls that are influencing the results of games. And I've seen it in the pros, and I've seen it in the college. Now, if the Canadian Football League can figure it out, what the hell? Why can't we do it in the States? And we always steal ideas. We got the 2-point conversion from the USFL in the 80s. We've adapted the kickoff rule from these spring football leagues. Why not? You got to get these things right. You got to get these things right. Speaking of the Canes game, if they had that, we would have had a back-to-back national championship and won 6 titles since '83 instead of 5. God knows we've been in the running for a natty. Since 1983, the Miami Hurricanes have either played in a natty or been in the running for a national championship on the last game of the season 11 times. 11 times in 43 years. That's like once every 4 years. Of course, it's been 23 years, but they're back in it now. Other college games today, going on right now, Iowa defeated Vanderbilt 34-27. Diego Pavia did play in this game. Again, you don't know how many guys opt out in these bowl games that are not for championships. Iowa did defeat Vanderbilt 34-27. Right now, the ACC pseudo-champs that didn't get invited to the dance, the Duke Blue Devils are up on Arizona State 28-24. That is not even at halftime yet. High score. In probably the best non-playoff bowl, the Citrus Bowl, has currently Michigan and Texas with most of their big dogs playing. That game is tied at 10, and that is in the second quarter, early in the second quarter. Nebraska is currently leading 15th ranked Utah 14-7. That's in the Las Vegas Bowl, and those are the only other bowls going on right now. The Sun Bowl is Duke and Arizona State. That's 28-24. Again, Vanderbilt lost the ReliaQuest Bowl, and Michigan and Texas are in the Citrus Bowl, 10-10 tie, currently early in the second quarter, and we have Nebraska. Also, remember, Michigan's 18th rank and Texas was just on the outside 14th rank. That's a good game. Check it out. It's still going on. That's all we got. We're excited for the Canes game tonight. It's going to be all about the play in the trenches. It's all about the play in the trenches. Tomorrow, we've gone over this, but tomorrow we'll be on and we're going to give out some picks. We're not giving out any picks tonight. Tomorrow we have the Orange Bowl at noon. Oregon is -2.5 at Texas Tech. Alabama, Indiana. Indiana's -7. They are favored over Alabama in the Rose Bowl at 4 o'clock. I'm hearing rain is expected in the Rose Bowl. Ole Miss and Georgia. Georgia -6.5 in the Sugar Bowl, and that's at 8 o'clock. We got 3 New Year's Day college football playoff games. It's going to be spectacular, and it starts tonight at 7:30 in the Cotton Bowl with the Canes and Ohio State. Wow. The line finally just changed. Miami is now an 8.5-point favorite. That means some money's gone the Miami side. I'm sorry, underdog. Miami is an 8.5 underdog. It was 9.5 all week. It even went to 10. It's been at 9.5 most of the week, but now Ohio State is favored by 8.5, not 9.5. So for all you gamblers out there thinking of playing the game, the line has just currently changed at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to Ohio State as an 8.5-point favorite, -8.5 instead of 9.5. That's all we got for you. Hockey fans, don't forget to tune into the World Junior Championships also tonight. While you're watching the football game, if you got a multi-TV room, flip on the United States, who are 3-0, trying to get their third straight gold medal in this tournament. They will be they're playing tonight at 6 o'clock against Sweden, who is also undefeated. Canada's also 3-0. They play at 8:30. So you got some good junior hockey action tonight with the best prospects in the world playing in this tournament. NHL, we're gonna do some NHL. We have the outdoor game between the Panthers and the Rangers at Marlins Park. That is on Friday at 8 in the evening. So we will go over that. We did have some exciting hockey last night. Nothing's changed since the last time I gave the standings out. The Islanders are still the story in the local area at 22-14-4. They are playing great, although their goalie, Ilya Sorokin, is out for the near future. He's been put on IR with a lower body injury. The Florida Panthers finished the month at 10-3-2. They are now 6 games over 500 and holding on to one of the playoff spots. They will play the Rangers in a outdoor playoff game at Miami Marlins Park on Friday evening at 8 o'clock, and there's going to be a lot of pregame. Check that out too. So for your hockey fans, you got that. You got the World Juniors tonight. Check out the NHL Network till the Canes game comes on. Miami Hurricane fans, we got a shot. We belong. This is going to be a tight game. We belong here. Let's root them in. To my Canes fan, listen, I don't make no bones about not being partial when it comes to the Miami Hurricanes. I don't make no bones about it. I'm a Cane. I'm all about Dade County. 305, baby. Let's go tonight. Root into you, baby. Root into you. I'm Billy DiNapoli. You guys have a great New Year's Eve. I'm about to spend it with family and food and friends and drinks and sports. You guys have a great night. Happy New Year to all of you. Please subscribe to our YouTube page, the North American Sports Report, our YouTube channel. Please subscribe and please like and follow Billy DiNapoli and North American Sports Report on Facebook. You guys are awesome. Happy New Year. I'll be back tomorrow morning with college football pregame and some picks for the games tomorrow. We're not giving out anything tonight. The other bowl games had started before I got on. I did pick Texas on DraftKings. I took Texas. I got them at -4.5 because I got on board right after the game started. It was originally -7. I did take Texas in college. 2-9. It's 10-10 currently. We'll have more picks tomorrow. You guys have a happy New Year. Enjoy New Year's Eve. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out.